Hello, everyone. That's our second community call for Grafana OnCall product. And today we have such an agenda. At the beginning, a quick review of latest updates. After this, Vadim will show how a migrator from PagerDuty to OnCall works. I guess there will be a demo. Vadim will tell more. And after this, we have time for open discussion, Q&A. Most of OnCall engineers here, and we'll be happy to answer your questions. We could discuss open issues, plans, ask like questions. If you want to contribute, feel free to raise the topic and discuss it. Let's talk about updates first. We have, since the last call, we released a lot of releases, minor releases. So we didn't change the major version yet. And I think that the biggest update which we have, it's one which landed by Vadim recently, these pull requests, which was recently merged. Optimization of alert group list view. And Vadim, do you want to say a few words about it?
Yeah, sure. So we had an issue with the instances where we have a lot of alerts and alert groups, and we had a huge system on caching. So in order to actually show them faster, but now we decided to move out from it because it was like suboptimal. And now we don't use caching for now, the database level caching. And we just optimized some SQL queries, optimized our requests, and now it should work much more faster. For example, for instances with 500,000 of open alert groups, things could get very slow, like 30 seconds probably, or even more. And now it's not an issue because of this optimization. I don't actually have any instances at the moment to show you, but the increase in performance is very large. We're also planning to use some lightweight caching solution to make it more fast. And yeah, that's it. That's mostly internal things in our backend that allow for faster renders. Yeah, and now you see our production environment, and it got faster, and it also doesn't use any caches. It doesn't invoke any tasks that interfere with other ones. So it's definitely when demoing, it's not very fast, but yeah. Yeah, Matvey. Yeah, you're muted, Matvey.
Yeah, thank you. It was like 30-40 seconds for some environments. And this is about those requests, right?
Yes.
So they're taking less than 300 milliseconds. Still some field for optimization, but it's much faster than before. Yeah, it's landed in version number 13. By the way, a few words about how to update versions. It depends on how do you use which environment, in which environment you installed OnCall. We have instruction here. OnCall. Here in open source. So that's the starting point for update, how to update your environment. If you have hobby, just update your Docker image. It should automatically migrate. And in production, it's more steps How hard is it to update the on-call in Helm? And no, probably Ildar knows.
Yeah, it's basically like that. We just update the repo and then run the Helm upgrade command. It should do everything for you automatically.
Yes, seems pretty straightforward. Also, one update is that newest version of OnCall, it is able to check if your front end and back end are the same version. So here you'll see banner saying version mismatch, something like this. It will mean that your front end version is different from back end. So it's better to update both just to make sure that both versions are matching. Okay, I guess that's the major update which will be really visible for users since last community call. Also, we closed a lot of bugs, and we were focusing on deployment issues, issues with deployment tech. So as you see, most of them are distributed between team members, which means that they should be closed soon. So we are focusing on how easy it is to deploy it, maintain, and run it in production. I guess on this stage of product, it's important. Okay, next agenda topic is PagerDuty, right? So Vadim again, let's go to it. And
yeah, we have a migrator that allows you to migrate your configuration from PagerDuty to OnCall. So if you just want to try out things in OnCall, or if you want to have some production environment there, check out the migrator. So it can save you time and actually do everything automatically. The configuration part. Let me actually share my screen and do a quick demo. So in the OnCall repo, you can just scroll down to the in the README file. You can see the migrator link here, and it's actually a Python script in Docker container that it's fairly easy to use. You only need your PagerDuty API token, OnCall API URL, and OnCall API token. So these are, I will show you what these are and how to actually do it. So let's go over the README. So currently this tool allows to migrate your user notification rules, your escalation policies, your on-call schedules, and also integrations as known as services in PagerDuty. So let me actually show what I mean by this. So the services, they will be migrated. For example, if I have service 1 and also have, for example, Prometheus integration for it, it can be migrated. Also, it will migrate on-call schedules. So I created some small demo environment in PagerDuty where I have one schedule and I'm on call for it. So the services, the on-call schedules, and also it can migrate your user notification rules. So in this case, for me, I only have email me. So that's pretty much it. And the next, I guess, escalation policies. Yeah, I forgot about escalation policies. So if you click escalation policies and see some of them. So for example, for escalation policy 1, we have notify Vadim Stepanov, me basically, and then after 30 minutes, notify the schedule number 1. And schedule number 1 as well, I'm on call for this schedule. So these are the resources that you can migrate with this tool. It has some limitations. For example, we don't support some types of integrations. We also migrate PagerDuty calendars using the iCal link. So if you migrate it, you will need to actually recreate the on-call schedules manually if you want to. And also we have some differences in our system. So we try to match your configuration as close as possible. So there will be some slightly different from original resources. So that's it on the what it is and limitations. Then I will show a small demo how to actually run it. So you will need to have Docker on your computer. You also need to build the image locally. You will need to get your API tokens in PagerDuty and Grafana OnCall. So this part is really straightforward. You just need to git clone and go to this directory and build it. I've done it myself like five minutes before the call, so I will not spend time on this. And then also you will need to go to get your access keys. So for example, in PagerDuty, you can do it, I guess, in your user. I will do it like this. In user settings, you can acquire an API key. So I already acquired the key and added to my env. And also in your, here's my Grafana OnCall. It's not fresh. So it has some integrations, some users, some escalation chains, but this migrator tool actually will not delete those and only add the resources that are in PagerDuty, but not in OnCall. So in the OnCall, you'll need to go to settings, and here you will need to create an API token and also get this API URL. So basically, when it comes to running the container, you will need to specify your PagerDuty API token, OnCall API URL, and OnCall API token. So let's pretend that I built the image. I acquired both API tokens on PagerDuty and Grafana OnCall, and then I want to actually there's two modes of running this migrator. You can either plan or migrate. So if you want to, just to see what will be migrated, you can use it in plan mode. So let me just run a plan in my terminal. So currently I have a .env file, so I will be not specifying the tokens because like it's not safe. So I will use my environment for this, but you will need to specify it like here. So let's run it in the plan mode and see what it does. So basically, it will fetch users, fetch schedules, escalation policies, and integrations, both for OnCall and both for PagerDuty, and see what should be migrated. In this case, everything is red, and you can actually see in the error message that there's an error. So the Grafana OnCall user, no Grafana OnCall user found with this email. So let's see the next step to fix that. I want to go to my users page and see, wow, I used my personal email here. So I want to actually go and fix this. Let me. So this user will be, so I use my personal email, or for example, you can add a user with this email. So I will be using my Grafana email. And you go to OnCall just to verify that everything is working. So yeah, you see the my email, and let's rerun it again. So we plan the migrator. Okay, wow, a lot of green stuff. I like it. It means that so user notification rules will be migrated for this user, for user with this email. Also now, if you see here, it can't just go and migrate the schedule because some users in the schedule are not present in Grafana OnCall. But now when I fix this, fix my user email, I can actually go and migrate the schedule and it will work as expected. So the same goes for escalation policies, because in some escalation policies referenced this user that was not existing in Grafana OnCall, and now it's fixed. The same goes for integrations. What you see here, the red point is that, for example, service 2, which was pinged on, it couldn't be migrated because we don't have that type of integration in Grafana OnCall. So it will tell you what it will be, what will be migrated. And let's actually, at this point, I'm happy with the report. So let's just go ahead and migrate it. We run it in migrate mode. So let me. Run it in migrate mode. So it will migrate user notification rules, schedules, escalation policies, integrations. Only integration that it could migrate, because this one it's we can do that. And now let's see. Let's just refresh the page. So user notification policies. Let's see for this user. For it has this SMS. So what happened? We had this. In notification rules, we had this email, but now it's SMS. That's because currently OnCall doesn't support the email notification type, and we matched it to SMS just to make sure that you receive something in some type of notification. That's basically it on user notifications. Now we can see the next resource, which is schedule. So as you remember, there was a schedule which was called schedule 1, and I'm on call for a long time. And you can see that we actually have this schedule with this user, and the dates are correct. So I'm actually on call now for this schedule 2 in on call. Then we have our escalation policies. For example, escalation policy 1 for service 1. So it will ping me, wait for 30 minutes, notify the schedule, and then it will wait for 30 minutes. That's basically the same that was in PagerDuty when we have escalation policy notifying the user and then waiting for 30 minutes, notifying the schedule. So that's pretty much it. And the integrations part of this, for example, service 1 that was Prometheus, it automatically connected this escalation policy and used this escalation policy, which will do the same. So if I actually press the send them alert, it will actually send the SMS to me. And yeah, as you can see, you can easily configure your on-call instance just using your PagerDuty account. And also all the schedules, all the escalation policies will be intact, and you can just try out your configuration in PagerDuty, trying to migrate it to OnCall and just trying things out, so you don't have this like blank pages. Also, you can see in this PagerDuty Migrator README page the different types of errors, but basically I covered all of them. And yeah, the last thing after migration, we would need to reconnect the external monitoring tools. So it pointed to PagerDuty, it will now point to Grafana OnCall. And also we would need to tell all the users to connect their phone numbers, Slack accounts, Telegram accounts, MS Teams accounts, just so they get their notifications. And the tricky part is that at this point, we use the iCal file from PagerDuty. So if you want to migrate fully to OnCall, you can just create a new schedule using our built-in Google Calendar integration or anything like that, or Terraform. So at this point, if I create it here in PagerDuty, it will be also reflected in OnCall. Yeah. So please check out this small little directory. It has some bugs that I noticed. I will open a PR and merge it soon. But yeah, it works well. It won't mess up your configuration. It will tell you exactly what it will do and what it won't do. So please check this out. Try Grafana OnCall and see if it works for you. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the PagerDuty integration, PagerDuty migration. So yeah, back to you, Matvey.
Thanks, Vadim. I have a question.
Yeah.
May so actually, what does it mean when we migrate from PagerDuty to OnCall? OnCall schedules are still kind of live connected, right? So if somebody wants to trial OnCall, they could not like kill PagerDuty. They could still edit OnCall schedules in PagerDuty and check how OnCall works. So this side effect is valuable if you want to trial OnCall and you want to make decision about switching based on like if you like it or if you don't like it.
Yeah, sure. You can use both systems intact. Just add another receiver, for example, in Prometheus, add one receiver to OnCall. Also use the same schedule that you can edit via PagerDuty. So you will be good, and you will have two monitoring systems, and just you can try it out and don't break anything in case you want to migrate.
But yeah, if you will change your, for example, user notifications, which are copied, which are not linked, they will unsync with PagerDuty.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You could actually run this script like infinite amount of times. It's important, so you can, like, if you change something, just rerun it, and it will create the same stuff.
Oh, cool! I didn't understand it. You could run it like periodically. Just
yeah,
to sync.
for example, yeah.
That's cool side effect. Thanks, Vadim. Any more questions about this? Yeah, I see claps. Okay, that's all we had in prepared agenda. Now some free time to maybe if somebody has questions or proposals or something like that, feel free to speak up. How soon should we build an Opsgene exporter? What's the schedule for integrating email into OnCall escalations? Let me tell a little bit more about how do we reflect our plans in public repo. If you want to see what we will as an internal team, of course, anyone from outside could work on any issues, especially marked as good first issues. And thanks to those contributors who already participated and proposed pull requests, we already merged a few. If you want to see what we have as a team in our inside backlog, you could see check the assignage. So we once we transfer issue to a short-term backlog, we assign team members to them. This particular issue is about email. No, we don't have it. Wow, I'm surprised. Okay, strange. I was sure we have an issue about email notifications. Actually, it's planned for our next quarter. So next 3 months, we should be able to deliver it. Also, I know Matthias already prepared a pull request for SMTP-based email notifications, right? So
Yeah. that's right. There is a pull request implementing a really simple messaging backend that you could pull to your on-prem installation and configure to use SMTP credentials, and it will send you notifications using email. There is a PR with the instructions how to set it up. So if you have it at hand, there we go.
Yeah, this one.
Really.
Yeah, it will require to build Docker container, of course.
Right, you will need, depending on your setup, you will need to rebuild the service.
Yeah, I think we could merge it pretty soon. So this particular feature, I guess it's some short term, maybe a month, like within a month, we should be able to merge it, test and merge. And in 3 months, we will be able to show something really robust for production usage. Or maybe just test this thing more and roll it out. Oh, you're on Grafana Cloud. Yeah, so within 3 months, we should roll out email notifications to Grafana Cloud and open source. So it should be everywhere. That's the unique moment when open source has more features than Grafana Cloud version. It's usually not like that, but if you merge this by itself, you'll have more advanced open source version. Anything else? Or we could just wrap up. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
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 Bye, everyone.